Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over 5 cards that you should consider adding into your wallet for 2024. 2023 was a lot of fun, but with a new year means adding new cards to your wallet. All the cards but one on this list that I'm recommending to you are either ones that I have or have had in the past that I think could end up being an excellent addition to add into your wallet. Now, I don't have these cards in any particular order of which ones you should apply for, but I've given some names to these different cards. The first one's going to be the sleeper card. The second one's going to be the luxury card that everyone should get. The third card is going to be the easy win card. The fourth card is going to be it's time to get a business card. And the fifth one is going to be the one that annoys people, but everyone loves. So first, let's start with the slept on sleeper card. This is going to be the Chase Aeroplan Card. This is one that I don't have, but I would like to add into my wallet because I think this one is a sleeper card that would benefit a lot of people if they could have this in their wallet. So currently this card has a pretty decent sign-up bonus of giving you 75,000 Aeroplan miles after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of having this card. You can get yourself an additional 25,000 if you spend $20,000 with this card, but if I was ever to get it, I probably would just go for the 75,000 and then use the rest of that spend on a different sign-up bonus so I can get myself even more points. Now, earnings with this card isn't bad. You get yourself 3x back at grocery stores, 3x back on dining, and then 3x back on airplane flights. Now, this card does have a $95 annual fee, but like most airline credit cards, you will get your first check bag free with this card. But what I think ends up being the nice superpower connected with the Aeroplan card is the fact that you get yourself an additional 25% boost to pay yourself back when it comes to travel purchases used by this card. So this is very similar to something like the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, but the difference between this card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is that with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you get that additional 25% boost when you go through Chase's travel portal. But with the Aeroplan card, you get that additional 25% boost on travel purchases used with this card. So what that means is that you can use this card to take advantage of rideshare services, flights, hotels, cruises, tours. Things that code as travel will be able to get themselves an additional 25% boost when you redeem your Aeroplan miles against that redemption. For me, this is something that I want to add into my wallet because while I love racking up points and going on luxury travel in business and first class and also staying at some of the coolest hotels around the world, I still have a lot of different travel expenses that add up, such as being like rideshare services or going on tours. And I wish I had either a nice cashback earning card or a higher multiplier that would give me above 1 cent per point when I'm redeeming my points for these different travel expenses. And I think pretty much everyone else would rather get themselves a 25% boost on a statement credit for the travel as compared to getting themselves a 25% boost through the travel portal with Chase. Because of this ability, I feel that this card is better than people think. And on top of that, if you want to use these points with Aeroplan, then you could use it. And Aeroplan has many different sweet spots, whether it be with business class with Emirates or one of the many other options when redeeming with the Star Alliance partners. The second card on this list, and this is the luxury travel credit card for all, is the Capital One Venture X card. I love this card, and if you watch this channel frequently, you know this is a card that I have applied for 3 times. The first 2 times I got denied for it, but finally in 2023 I got approved for this card. This is a great luxury travel credit card that I feel ends up being pretty easy to get yourself positive value for. There are other luxury travel credit cards out there, such as the Chase Sapphire Reserved or the Amex Platinum card. But the thing about those cards is that either you're going to have to take advantage of many different credits to help offset the annual fee, which end up being either too much work or annoying for a lot of people, or you're going to have to spend a ton of money on that card to help offset the annual fee. But the Capital One Venture X card, while it does have a $395 annual fee, you get a $300 travel credit through Capital One's travel portal, and then you get yourself 10,000 venture miles every single anniversary of having this card open. For me, I find this to be a very easy way to offset the annual fee because that $300 travel credit, even though I want to use points and miles for all of my travel expenses, I have a couple of weddings that I'm going to in 2024 that are at hotels that are not connected with any big chain name. So in these instances, I'm either gonna have to use cash or a credit that I get from one of these different credit cards. So being able to get myself $300 towards either hotels or some of the cheap flights that I may do either to San Fran or Las Vegas ends up being a great way to take advantage of this credit. When it comes to the earning with the Capital One Venture X card, it is a 2x catch-all card, which is one that everyone needs to add into their wallet. So if you are someone who doesn't happen to have a luxury travel credit card, this is gonna be one that I would recommend to you because it has a lower annual fee than the other ones out there. You could easily offset the annual fee. You're gonna get yourself travel benefits such as lounge access and also status with car rentals. I think that the Venture X card is an excellent one. If you can get approved for it, I'd for sure recommend applying for this card because it's definitely a keeper card long term because it's easy positive value. Plus also you get to have access to Capital One's transfer partners such as Turkish Airlines Miles and Smiles, which isn't a partner of either American Express or Chase. It's good to diversify yourself away from the top two banks, and if you are willing to do that, I think the best option out there is the Capital One Venture X card. The next card is going to be the Easy Win card, and this is another Capital One card. It's going to be the Capital One Saver One card. This is a card that has no annual fee, and you get yourself 3x back on dining, 3x back on select streaming services, 3x back on entertainment, and then 3x back on groceries. This card has no foreign transaction fees, and when it comes to a sign-up bonus, you get yourself $200 after spending only $500 in the first 3 months of having this card. Additionally, with this card, you get yourself 10% back on Uber purchases, and this is either for Uber Rides or Uber Eats. Plus, you also get an Uber One membership complimentary all the way till November of 2024. Just giving you an Uber One membership covered makes this card a win in my opinion. Because this card has no annual fee, yet it's going to be giving you a free Uber One membership. But also, getting yourself 3x back on all things Eats, plus on entertainment and streaming services, it's pretty hard to beat this card. And the fact that it has no annual fee, I just see it as being a full-on winner card. And if you decide to combine this card with the Venture X, that's a double hitter right there. The fourth card is, it's time to get a business card, and this is the Chase Ink Cash Card. If you are someone who has not gotten the Chase Ink Cash Card yet, it's probably because you don't feel comfortable with getting yourself business credit cards because this is an excellent card to have in your wallet. This is one that has no annual fee, but it has multiple 5X categories that are fixed that you can easily get yourself a ton of points with if you use this card in those categories. The 5X categories are office supply stores, internet, cable, and phone services. I have this card set up to my internet bill, so every single month I get myself 5X back for that bill. And another great category is the 5X back in office supply stores. The reason why this is good is because at office supply stores such as Staples, there's gonna be gift cards that they sell there. So on many occasions, when I see something that I wanna buy on Amazon, instead of me using one of my other cards to get myself either 1 or 2% back, what I decide to do is I go to an office supply store, I buy myself an Amazon gift card, and then I use that Amazon gift card to make the purchase on Amazon. But with this, I get myself 5X back, and it's not just cash back, even though the card does say it is a cashback card. You do earn Ultimate Reward points. You can't use the Ultimate Reward points through either Chase's travel portal or to transfer over to partners unless you get yourself one of Chase's either Sapphire cards or the Ink Preferred card. But this card has the ability to transfer over to one of those cards, which makes it incredibly valuable. And on top of all that, the sign-up bonus for this card is usually pretty strong. It's either going to be 75,000 or 90,000 Ultimate Reward points after you spend $6,000 in the first 3 months of having this card. Now, for some people, you may end up seeing these $6,000 and go, that's a lot more than I can normally spend in the course of 3 months. But the great thing about this card is that you get 0 APR for the first 12 months. So as long as you are strategic, all it's going to be costing you is $500 each month that you're going to need to pay towards this card. So what I recommend for people to do who want this card but are fearful that they can't hit the minimum spend is to get this card, do your normal expenses, and then pay future bills. And then over the course of the months, just be smart to pay off a certain portion of the card every single month. It's gonna add up to being $500 each month throughout the 12 months. And I don't know anyone who's living for under $500 a month who isn't under 18 years old. The Chase Ink Cash Card is an excellent card. If you haven't gotten a business card yet and you're looking to get your first one, this is definitely one that I would recommend to jump on. And the fifth and final card on this list is the one that annoys people, but we all love, and this is the American Express Gold Card. Now, what is the American Express Gold Card? The American Express Gold Card is a beautiful woman who is incredibly giving, but all she asks for from you is just to take her on an Uber ride to go pick up a Grubhub order one time each month. But many people hear that and go, I don't feel like doing all that added work. But if you just do that little bit of work for her, she's gonna be incredibly giving to you and let you rack up so many membership reward points. For those of you who aren't familiar with the American Express Gold Card, this is one that has a $250 annual fee, but you get yourself 2 credits each month. One of them is connected with Uber, another one is connected with dining. Now the dining services end up being a number of different restaurants, but usually I just tell people to use Grubhub because that connects you to even more restaurants when it comes to options for either picking up an order or having it delivered to your home. Now, each month you get yourself a $10 credit towards both of these programs. It is use it or lose it. So there are a lot of people who don't like to have to keep up with this every single month because either they may end up forgetting or they just get annoyed to have to do this every single month. But with the American Express Gold Card, you get yourself 4x back on dining, 4x back on groceries, 3x back on flights, and then 1x back on all the purchases. That is a great earner card. And if you could take advantage of these credits, you get yourself $240 throughout the year in credits from the American Express Gold Card. So yes, it does have a $250 annual fee, but you can bring that down to only being $10 if you can take full advantage of these credits. Now, there are many men out there who have this beautiful card, but don't feel like taking her out a couple times a month. Now, I can understand if you happen to live in the boondocks and it's very difficult to get yourself an Uber or to find a restaurant that's connected with Grubhub, but if you live in the city and she's saying, take me out on a weekend with Uber, or even go get an Uber Eats pickup, and then also let's go to a Grubhub restaurant, why wouldn't you want to use this a couple times a month? I do it every single time in the beginning of the month with my American Express Gold Card, and I get to try out new restaurants that I haven't experienced in Los Angeles. Ends up being a nice treat to have. I understand if you happen to be a forgetful person who didn't take her out that month, and then all of a sudden you realize that now you're not going to get back that $20 in credits for that month, it can end up being quite frustrating. But just make sure you take care of this beautiful woman, because if you do, you're going to rack up a ton of points, which is going to allow you to go on many different business and first class adventures all around the world with her in your wallet. Now, the Saver One card is a similar card that's also very pretty, but she's not as gorgeous as the American Express Gold Card. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section down below, which one of these cards do you already happen to have in your wallet? And if you don't happen to have some of these in your wallet, which one of these are you looking to add into your wallet? Now, if you happen to have any questions, drop it down in the comment section down below and I'll do the best I can to answer it. And if you happen to really like this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.